Thanks for joining us here on Voice of Age, a warm space for real talk about life, health, and heart in our later years. If you're over 65 and drinking your morning coffee every day, but you're still noticing your muscles getting weaker over time, I need to share something urgent with you today. Maybe you're walking a little slower when you get out of bed. Maybe climbing those stairs to the bedroom takes more effort than it used to. Or maybe your legs just don't feel as steady as they once did when you're carrying groceries from the car. Here's what your doctor probably hasn't told you, and what I wish someone had told me 3 years ago when I had to grab my daughter's car door just to pull myself up after visiting the grandkids. That was my wake-up call. It's not just age doing this to your body. And surprisingly, it's not just about eating more protein either. There's actually something devastatingly simple that 73% of American seniors are missing in their morning routine. Something that European researchers have proven can reverse muscle loss in adults over 65 in as little as 2 weeks. I'm not talking about those expensive supplement bottles they advertise during the evening news or spending your Social Security check on gym memberships. I'm talking about adding one specific ingredient to your morning coffee that costs less than $1 a day and has been shown to help people in their 70s and 80s regain the strength they had in their 60s. If you want to stay independent, confident, and strong enough to live in your own home for as many years as possible, the next 18 minutes might change everything for you. Let me start with what's really happening inside your body right now. The CDC reports that 45% of Americans over 65 lose significant muscle mass every single year. But here's the shocking part that most doctors don't explain. This isn't just normal aging. Your body has actually developed something called anabolic resistance. Think of your muscles like that classic car in your garage, maybe a 1965 Mustang. When that car was new, a small amount of fuel could take you miles down the highway. But as the engine ages, it becomes less efficient. You need more and more fuel to get the same performance you used to get. Your muscles work exactly the same way. When you were 40, eating a simple chicken breast would send a powerful signal to your muscles saying time to grow and repair. But after 60, that same chicken breast barely gets your muscles' attention. The signal gets weaker and weaker, and your body starts breaking down muscle faster than it can rebuild it. This is the real reason why so many of us start getting soft around the middle, even when we're eating the same healthy foods we always have. It's why that weekly golf game leaves you more tired than it used to. It's why you might feel less confident walking on uneven sidewalks or getting up from low chairs. But here's the breakthrough. Researchers at Johns Hopkins and the National Institute on Aging have discovered we can actually override this resistance. We don't have to accept it as just getting older. Inside your muscle cells, there's something called the mTOR pathway. Think of it as the construction foreman for your muscles. When you eat protein, this foreman is supposed to blow the whistle and tell all the workers, your amino acids, to start building and repairing. But after 65, that foreman starts getting hard of hearing. The whistle gets weaker. The workers show up, but they're confused and disorganized. The repair work slows down dramatically. Now here's where this gets exciting. Harvard Medical School researchers discovered there's one specific amino acid that acts like a megaphone for that foreman. It's called leucine, and when you get enough of it at the right time, it can cut through all that age-related noise and get your muscle-building machinery working like it did 20 years ago. The problem is, to get enough leucine from food alone, you need to eat 6 eggs or a 6-ounce steak first thing every morning. Not exactly what most of us want for breakfast, right? This is where your morning coffee becomes the perfect solution. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. When you wake up in the morning, your body is in a unique state. You've been fasting naturally for 8 to 10 hours. Your insulin levels are low, your digestive system is clear, and your body is primed to absorb nutrients more efficiently than any other time of day. Coffee, especially black coffee, creates the perfect delivery system. The caffeine naturally increases blood flow and speeds up your metabolism, which means faster absorption of nutrients directly into your muscle cells. Plus, coffee doesn't contain competing sugars or other amino acids that might interfere with leucine's signal to your muscles. Here's the simple protocol that's working for thousands of people our age. You add 1 level teaspoon, which is about 3 grams, of pure leucine powder to your regular morning coffee. It dissolves completely in hot liquid and has virtually no taste. That's it. Your regular morning routine, upgraded with 60 seconds of preparation. A groundbreaking 2023 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 200 adults between 65 and 80. Half received standard dietary advice about eating more protein. The other half added this exact leucine and coffee protocol to their morning routine. After just 12 weeks, the leucine group showed a 22% increase in muscle protein synthesis. That's the rate at which your body builds new muscle. Even more impressive, 78% reported feeling significantly stronger during daily activities like climbing stairs, carrying groceries, and getting up from chairs. But the benefits go way beyond just muscle strength. A 2022 European study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that taking leucine with black coffee in the morning resulted in 34% better absorption compared to taking it with food later in the day. I've been using this approach myself for 18 months now. Not only do I feel stronger, I actually measured a 15% increase in my grip strength using one of those hand dynamometers from the pharmacy. But more importantly, my energy stays steady throughout the morning. I don't get those mid-morning crashes I used to experience, and I feel confident and stable on my feet again. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, and let me address the most common concerns I get. Is this safe with my medications? Leucine is a naturally occurring amino acid found in every protein you eat. It's the same compound that's in your chicken, fish, and eggs, just in a more concentrated form. However, if you're taking blood thinners, diabetes medications, or have kidney concerns, definitely check with your healthcare provider first. Most physicians are supportive when they understand the research, but it's always smart to keep them in the loop. Will this interfere with my diabetes management? Actually, this is where the research gets really exciting. Multiple studies show that preserving muscle mass actually improves insulin sensitivity. Many people with type 2 diabetes report better blood sugar control when they maintain their muscle mass. Your muscles are like a sponge for blood sugar. The more muscle you have, the better your body can handle the carbohydrates you eat. But again, monitor your levels closely and work with your doctor. What about my heart condition? For most people with stable heart conditions, leucine is perfectly safe. Remember, you're getting the same amino acid that's in a grilled chicken breast, just in a targeted form. However, if you have congestive heart failure or severe cardiovascular disease, check with your cardiologist first. Is this just another expensive supplement scam? I completely understand this concern. We've all seen those $79 a month miracle muscle pills advertised during our favorite TV shows. But pharmaceutical-grade leucine costs about $25 to $30 for a month's supply. That's less than $1 a day, probably less than you spend on your daily coffee beans. What if I don't like coffee? No problem at all. Leucine dissolves just as well in hot tea, warm almond milk, or even hot water with a squeeze of lemon. The key is the timing and the temperature, not specifically coffee. Now here's what I find most exciting about this approach. The benefits go far beyond just muscle strength. Your muscle tissue is like a metabolic furnace. Even when you're sitting in your favorite chair watching the evening news, muscle burns 3 times more calories than fat tissue. So when you preserve muscle, you're actually supporting your metabolism 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But it goes deeper than that. Your muscles are your body's primary storage tank for blood sugar. When you eat a meal, your muscles pull that glucose out of your bloodstream and store it safely. Less muscle means higher blood sugar levels, which explains why many people develop diabetes in their later years, even if their diet hasn't changed. A landmark study from the Mayo Clinic followed 1,200 adults over 70 for 5 years. Those who maintained higher muscle mass had 35% lower risk of developing diabetes, 28% lower risk of cardiovascular events, 40% lower risk of falls and fractures, and better cognitive function and memory scores. What really struck me was the cognitive piece. Since starting this routine, I feel sharper, more focused. I'm not forgetting names as much, and I can follow complex conversations with my grandchildren about their video games, which, trust me, requires some serious brain power. The research suggests this happens because muscle tissue produces compounds called myokines. Think of them as anti-aging messengers that support brain health, reduce inflammation, and even boost mood. So while we started talking about muscle strength, what we're really talking about is maintaining your independence, your energy, your confidence, and your quality of life in these golden years. Let me give you the complete protocol that you can start tomorrow morning. Step 1, the foundation. Within your first 10 minutes of waking up, start with a glass of water. Add a pinch of sea salt if you'd like. This rehydrates your body and gently awakens your digestive system. Step 2, prepare your coffee. Between 10 to 15 minutes after waking, brew your regular coffee. Black is ideal, but if you need something, use unsweetened almond milk, coconut milk, or a small splash of half and half. Avoid sugar, honey, or artificial sweeteners during this window. Step 3, add your leucine. This is the game changer. Measure 1 level teaspoon, which is 3 grams, of pharmaceutical-grade leucine powder. Look for L-leucine on the label and make sure it's third-party tested. Stir it into your hot coffee. It dissolves completely and won't change the taste. Step 4, the timing window. Drink this within your first 30 to 60 minutes of being awake. This is when your body is most responsive to the muscle-building signal. Step 5, light movement. This is optional but powerful. If you're able, do just 2 to 3 minutes of gentle movement. March in place, do wall push-ups or chair squats. This tells your body we're using these muscles. Keep them strong. Step 6, your regular breakfast. When you do eat, usually 60 to 90 minutes later, focus on protein. Eggs, Greek yogurt, or even a protein smoothie. This amplifies the leucine signal you've already sent. What should you expect? Most people notice improved stability and energy within 7 to 10 days. By 3 to 4 weeks, you should feel noticeably stronger during daily activities. Remember, consistency beats perfection. Aim for 5 to 6 days a week. If you miss a day, just start again the next morning. Here's my personal challenge for you. Try this for the next 2 weeks. Keep a simple journal. How do you feel getting out of bed? How are your energy levels? How confident do you feel walking on different surfaces? I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments below. If this resonated with you today, please share it with someone who might benefit. We're all in this journey together, and sometimes the simplest changes can make the biggest difference. Remember, here at Voice of Age, we believe your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right knowledge and simple, sustainable habits, you can feel strong, energetic, and confident well into your 80s and beyond. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and keep embracing all that life has to offer.